Good morning. This is a 2007 Toyota Camry hybrid, and you can hear that right now is the engine's kicking already, and they say that they have a hum noise when they're driving. So don't know where it's coming from, so let's go test drive. Let's put to the right, more noise. Left, no noise. Put on the right, you can hear noise right there. Put on the right, make a noise. I cannot feel like from the driver's side. Okay, so yeah, put on the left, no noise. But let's go figure out to see what's up on that bearing. So let's do a little bit twist and turn to see if making bearing play. Normally if you have a lot of words, then you can seize off the wheel and you can tell the difference, but on this one can't really tell anything. I'm going to take the lug nuts out and take the axles out and try to see if I can feel the bearing humming. What you have to do is stick your screwdriver inside here to press the brake caliper opening. So when it's opening, then you can take the caliper out. When you turn this way, you can see the brake caliper bolt right there. This two are 17. That's the bottom one. So let's hang this brake caliper out of the way. Remove my ABS sensor. Okay. Remove the cotton pin right there. Okay. And that also 17. You can press or you can hammer it. But I prefer to hammer, it's faster for me. Just hammer this ball right here, okay? Don't hit up here but down here. To hit it right here, a longer hammer is a plus, okay? Okay, that's it. Now you can use a socket 22 to unbolt that. Okay, come on, one more. Make sure to screw this up to have a clearance, so when you open the nut, it does not destroy the axle, because this is a very long thread. So if you don't clean this up, the socket will actually breaking the thread on the axle. This is socket 30. Okay, that's for Toyota, and that will be exactly what you need for it. So as I already take out the nut up here, I'm going to take this bolt down and do testing by hand to see how bad the bearing is. Okay, you can hear that now. See that? So that means it's bad on the driver's side. See that? On the bottom here you have the 317 down here. Okay, the 17 socket. I remove this 17. just remove that. Whew. Pretty easy, isn't it? And I'm going to spray some W40 to clean this rust right here. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit for a while. I'm going to take the hub out because it's just inside here. If you have a press, you can press it, but I recommend it you hammer it. It's faster. Okay, that's when I move it, make it loose a little bit already, so I can hit it easier that way. Almost go out already. Yeah, it moved about 1/4 inch already. There, came out already. See that? So now you have to cut this off. Normally, if you have a press that can hold it right here, you just press out, but I don't have one. I got a adapter that can hold it, but it doesn't do the job, so I had to cut it every time. Now, if you don't have a grinder, okay, you don't have a press, take the whole thing to machine shop. They can press for you and put all this stuff for you, probably like 30-40 bucks, and that save your money right there. And save your time too. But for me, I'd rather do it because it's not that hard. Okay, don't forget to put your eye protection. Okay, let's come off. Don't touch it, it's hot, super hot. Clean a little bit to make sure it's not rust or dirty. So when you press your bearing to it, it will be easier going. Okay, inside here got a ring. Just pry these rings out. Okay, take your time to pry around. They should come out. Okay, the inside here got a snap ring. You can use a snap link too, or I'm using this plier. I make this plier to be like a sharp nose like this, so I can use it for something like this. Okay, now I flip that up. Just slowly pry. Sometimes it's spraying up, but normally it's not that power. Okay, and then you can take to the press to press this size up. Press this out. Make sure you set the plate is evenly so it will press the bearing out equally, so it won't bend the place. And I have this, I cut this thin metal just in case I have some space like this, I can use it. So this is what I took out from the engine rod bearing. There. Finally, make sure the inside is clean. So it's pretty clean already. So I'm going to wipe it out a little bit more. Okay, got this from Napa, and that's a part number. Not advertising for Napa, but that's where I got it from. You can buy it from Auto Part, anywhere Auto Part, and they have it. So this bearing here, it looked the same either direction, okay? So make sure you're inspecting to see if which size is different. That can come in a problem if you don't put it right. But on this right here, I don't think there is either way. Okay, I'm gonna put my spindle in right here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to press this whole thing in there. So find the one that I'll show you. See, you have a center. You don't press the center, you press the outside ring. So which is like this, a setting fit outside. So you can set it right there in the outside and press the whole bearing in. If you don't do that, you can press the bearing, the little ball inside that bearing, and you can damage. So the best recommend is to press the whole bearing holder. I don't know what to say, but that, I think that's what it is, the right word for it. Okay, and slowly press. Make sure you put the center so it will press straight down. Okay, push it down. Okay, that's it. Okay, I think that's all the way in. Check to make sure. Yep, it's set all the way in. Okay, this side flush in. So now, time to put the retainer rings in. So now the retainer rings in. The spindle is you're going towards this way right here to press the spindle in. When you set the spacer, you don't set outside, you set in the center to against this wall right here, so it will not damage the bearing, because the bearing got a two separate space inside. Let me talk about. Okay, like this one. Okay, you see this is space right here, and again the other one, I don't think I have it. Okay, there's two like this. So you're using this metal one to against the metal one. You don't put the outside. Okay, you put the same side as the middle one. See that? And you using force the middle one to against the middle one like this. If you forcing the outside like I did before, then that will causing the damage of the bearing inside here. Okay? Let me set this up. Okay. All right. Now time to press. Okay. Let's check, make sure it's set all the way. If it's set on the way, then you don't need to press anymore. Okay. See that? It's set flush to right here where the wall, okay? And outside here, not much room right there. And you can feel that it's solid, you know. It's not too loose, not too tight. Too tight, it's not good. Too loose is not good because it's not enough, okay? All right, let's put it back in the car. So now try to put this dust, this little boot right here in there, okay? But let me clean a little bit first. Slide back in to the middle of right here. Make sure it's straight from here. If it doesn't, then your ABS sensor will have, your wheel sensor will have a problem to read it because it's not straight in the hole. Alright, now I'm going to tap it with the hammer. Okay, tap it with the hammer a little bit. Okay, that's it all the way in already. Setting the axle in and then slide the bottom ball joint bolt inside. Okay. And put the nut to secure in the bottom so it won't drop. There, axle's in. So now put the upper bolts on. There. Push this inward. There. Okay. Alright, bottom's tight and secure. Let's do the top one. Now, on this right here, make sure all the mark that was socket mark was there is like the one before. Otherwise, the alignment is off. So make sure you set it. This nut is sitting with the same as where you're taking out from. Okay. So this nut is pretty strong, so you have to tight pretty tight on that. Here some people was telling me the hybrid was charging from the wheel. Okay. Now, is that really true, charging from the wheels? The wheel here don't have any electronic mechanism for charging your hybrid motor or the battery. The only thing you have is your wheel sensor. Okay, so it won't charge in the way that people try to tell you. And some people try to argue that, oh yeah, my hybrid was charging when it slowed down because the wheel was charging it. No, it does not charging it because you have nothing from the wheels. Okay, it just have wheel sensor that won't charging you. But what it does when you're slowing down, the motor does not, using it. So it will, the motor is create the like an alternator thing, and that will charging back to your hybrid battery. Okay, But some salesmen will tell you that too, because I know some salesmen have read a lot about the books but know nothing about the car. Alright, let me tie this down. You can torque this. Let me tie a little bit first. I will read the the axle nut is about 217 foot-pound torque. But I'm going to use my impact to get with the nut setting to where my breaking point is. So that should be enough, okay? Okay, so that is the setting right there. So I'm going to punch that back. So that's plenty of the force for my axle nut. Okay, that's it. Like that. We're going to put a nut inside here to holding the disc in place. On the lug nut side, you can using one of these torques, you know, for it. Or for myself, I can use a socket and set it into a 2-speed, and that is come up to like maybe 75 to 80 foot-pound. But if you depend how long you crank it, if you crank longer, you can get it 80 foot-pound or more. And but on this right here, I set it to the number 3, which is maximum on the gun, and you slowly strap in one by one to make sure they go all the way in first before you even impact, high impact. Okay, and hold it to it and stop. And that should be enough. All the Toyota, it doesn't matter hybrid or non-hybrid or Camry, Solara, from the, I would say the 2000 all the way up till today, they still pretty much the same. Alright, after the bearing replaced, let's go test drive. Put my seatbelt on. See how quiet it is? It doesn't matter which side, it's pretty quiet now. Okay, so the problem is solving. Alright, thank you for watching. Subscribe. Bye bye now. See you next video.